Welcome to the Makri Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I'm going to continue with your same module, that is the business skills for e-commerce module, and the same chapter that we have started in the last class, that is in the yesterday's class. The chapter name is Internet and www. So we have covered few topics of chapter number 4 in the last class, that is the chapter name is Internet and the www. That is what is the internet and what is www. Right. So let's take a quick review what we have covered in the last class, then moves to the next part, that is the next part in the sense the coming modules or the coming topics or the later topics or the next topics of the chapter number 4, that is the internet and www. Right. So these are the various topics that is included in this chapter. So objective, introduction, advanced concepts of internet, tools, definition of www, technologies, summary, keywords, self-assessment questions and readings. We have covered three topics, that is the objectives, then introduction, then advanced concept of internet. That is, we have covered three topics in the last class, and today I am going to continue after this topic, that is the internet tools. Or yeah, internet tools. Right. So let's take a quick review what we have covered. So we have covered about the objective. That is, what is the main objective? That is, what is the main objective of the internet, or what is the main objective of www? So this says most early internet programs were command line programs. That is, most of the programs that is using, most of the internet programs that is using are the or command line programs. The www has changed all that. Instead of requiring to know archive commands, the www gives a graphical view of the internet. So instead of taking the commands, or instead of requiring to take the commands or achieve the commands, www gives the graphical view of the internet. That is, in the previous time there is a command line argument. Everything is based on the DOS, that is a disk operating system. But when the www came into picture, that is a World Wide Web came into the picture, then everything has gone change. Every view of the internet is graphical user interface or graphical view. The main advantage of graphical view is that everything is based on the graphs. That is, everything is in the graphical mode. We can drag the things and we can drop the things. That is, we can apply drag and drop facility. Right. The web is easy to use. It is easy to create web pages and to link them to other web pages. After going through this lesson, you will be able to understand the different advanced internet concept. Advanced in the sense, there are some internet concepts, there are some advanced internet concepts. So after reading this chapter, you will be able to understand, you will be able to give the understand the advanced internet concepts and the various internet tools and their www technologies. Then 4.1 is we have discussed, that is the introduction. That is the introduction of the internet. So this says internet is a network for the elite. That is, it is a network for the elite means it is a network of networks, that is a collection of networks. So it is a network for the elite, but it is very egalitarian. That is, it is very egalitarian means it is very uh, variable concept, that is the internet. It has a valuable information but works at no extra charge. That is, internet provides us a very important information, but the charge is low. If you have an internet connection, that charge is at one time, and you have to or you will search anything from any mode, that is from the internet. Next paragraph, we have covered that internet is a rapidly growing network of thousands of businesses. That is, nowadays internet is using, or internet is a collection of networks that is using the thousands of businesses, educationals and research networks connecting millions of computers and their users in over 100 countries. So internet is nothing but a collection of network, that is a network of networks. So whenever we combine multiple computers, that makes a network, and when we combine multiple networks, that makes the internet. So collection of computers is known as network, and collection of networks is known as internet. So internet is nothing but a network of thousands of businesses, educationals and research network connecting millions of computers and their users in over 100 countries. Internet is very popular in the recent days. That is, internet is very popular in the recent days, though it took birth in the late 1960s. The US government started the process when they laid the framework for the internet. That is, the US government also started the process when they provides the framework for the internet. The DoD, that is the Department of Defense, decided to fund a network of computers that would all talk the same language. That is, first of all, there is a concept, there is a department that is known as DoD, that is Department of Defense, that is used to make the network of computers to talk the same language. Then this is the theory that is the history of the internet that we have discussed in the last class. That is, after DoD, that is Department of Defense, there is the ARPANET, that is the Advanced Research Project Agency Network, that is using the funding, or that is using the computers, that is using the internet. So there are different rules and regulations that is used for the communication, that is known as the protocols, that is also used with the internet. Then ARPANET protocol was replaced in 1970 by the TCP/IP protocol suite. So whenever we use the ARPANET, it was replaced in 1970. That is, it is replaced in 1970 by TCP/IP protocol suite. This feature, or the features in this protocol, permitted transmission of data in an efficient way from any computer connected to the ARPANET to any other on the net. That is, the feature that is available with the internet with the protocol that is transmitted, or that permits the transmission of data in an efficient way from any other computer that is connected to ARPANET. So ARPANET has a facility that is a foundation of the internet to use the internet, and one of the protocol suite that is used, that is known as the TCP/IP protocol suite, that is Transmission Control Protocol Internet Protocol suite. So that is also a suite, a protocol suite that is used by the internet, or that is used in the internet. Then this is the history of the internet, that is a history. First of all, there is a 1969, that is the first ARPANET that is installed at UCLA in September 1969. That is the first ARPANET that is installed in the 1969, and there are different protocols that is used, that is IMP, Network Communication Protocol. Then the next one is in 1972, a new concept, that is the email concept, was invented for sending the messages. So it was invented in the 1972. So first of all, there is 1979 in which the ARPANET is introduced. Then in 1972, email was invented. Then in 1973 to 74, TCP/IP was developed. That is a Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol was developed. Then in 1978, US government preferred TCP/IP. So this is a step-by-step sequence, or like a ladder in which the step-by-step history of the internet takes place. So first of all, in 1969, ARPANET. In 1972, there is an email that was invented. In 1973, there is a TCP/IP protocol suite. Then in 1978, US government preferred the TCP/IP. In 1980, the DARPA funded the development of Berkeley Unix TCP/IP that was made part of the operating system. That is in 1980. Then in 80 to 86, there is the NSF that also supported the development of CSNet. That is a computer science research method that is also used. Then in 1986, there is a NSF net is also used, that is a network, or that is a network size foundation also used the network that is known as the NSF net. Then 1987, there is a CSNet that is merged with the bitnet, that is the backbone. Then 1991, that was discontinued and a new concepts are introduced, that is the NSF net. That is, different programs or activities are taken place in the NSF net. These activities are commercialization of the internet, high performance computing and communications, national information infrastructure. So these are the three activities that is involved with the this one, that is involved in the CSNet. Then we have discussed that US government also ensures that the system is secure and would allow continued cooperation between these sites and computer in case of system attack or nuclear attack. The internet evolved from a military focus towards non-military usage with many simultaneous developments like email, personal computer, office productivity applications, software products, local area networks. Then we also discuss about the advanced concept of internet. First of all, we have discussed about the URL, that is a uniform resource locator. As a name advice, URL, that is a uniform resource locator. That is a locator that is used to find out any resource that is a unique one. So it is used as a search engine to find out the records, to find out anything that is a resource with unique one. That is, there is no duplicacy in finding out. So there is a unique information that is find out. That is a URL. It always start with the HTTP. So it always start with the protocol that is known as HTTP, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So URL is the address of an internet page on a website. Usually it consists of four parts: protocol, server, path, file name. That is URL contains four parts, that is a protocol, server, path, file name. So from this example, this HTTP is the protocol, that is the first part. Then www.microsoft.com is the domain, is the server. Then Windows, that is a path. Then default.asp, that is the file name of the page on the site. This is used like this one. So URL contains four parts: protocol, server, path, file name. So whenever we go to the first page, that is known as the home page. Then we will discuss about the protocols, that is what is a protocol. So protocols are nothing that is a set of rules and regulation that is followed or that is used with the process of communication with another computer. That is, if I want to communicate with another part, if I want to communicate with other rules, other parts, that is a protocol. So it is a set of rules that is created for the process of communication with another computer or with other operating system. The first element in the URL is the protocol. That is the first element that is used in the URL is the protocol. This is a service that provides the resource followed by the colon. The default is the this one, that is the HTTP. These are the some common protocol that is generally used. These are the common protocols. One is HTTP, that is used for the HTML documents, then FTP, then Gopher, then Internet. Right, then telnet, that is provides the connection to the remote host. Then we will discuss about the host name, that is the name of the computer that is installed, or that is the name of the computer resource server that is preceded by the double slash, or that is used with the two slashes. In other words, the host name is the name of the server that holds HTML document and related files. So hostname is nothing but a name of the server that holds the HTML documents and related files. Then there is a folder name. That is, folder name gives the document on the server file system. That is, folder names are given with the folder. That is, folder, every folder has a name that gives the document on the server file system that performs the same function on a web server that they perform on your PC. That is, to organize the things, organize the documents, we use the folder names, or we use the folders. So folders are nothing but content, or folders are the terms that is used to gather together, or that is used to gather all the other files. So folder contains the subfolders as well as the files. Then there is a file name, that is what is the name of the file. So whenever we want to refer any file, we want to refer means we want to identify any file that is given by the file name. So it identifies the file, whether it may be HTML document file, image file, text file, and so on, to be displayed. In the above example, the file index.html is displayed. This file is kept in the folder virtual. Then there is a TCP/IP Internet Protocol. That is the next protocol that is used. That is TCP/IP. that is the transmission control protocol, internet protocol. So these are the most commonly used protocol in the internet. They mainly deal with slicing the data into small size packet. That is TCP/IP is nothing but dividing the, or it is a protocol suite that divides the whole packet or whole data into multiple packets, into small size packet, and route them along the communication channel. So TCP/IP are the most frequent protocol that is used in the internet. They mainly use with dividing the data into multiple small size packets and route them through the or along the communication channel. These packets are routed to their destination and pass through from node to node and are assembled in order to form the data at the destination computers. So first of all, the data is divided into multiple parts. That is, the data is divided into parts, into multiple pieces. That is a part, and these packets are routed to their destination and pass through the node to node and reassembled or assembled at the receiver end into order to form the main message, or in order to form the data at the reassembled computer. That is a TCP/IP. This is very popular protocol that is used in the conjunction with the internet. Then this is the most important line. This is the protocol which defines the rules and algorithms, that is define the rules and regulation for data communication between two different or between different computers, right? Then whenever I want to establish a new link or link between two or more computers, it is required to define the address of the computer. This address must be unique. Rules and regulation for secure transmission of data over communication channel are also required. Then next line says TCP/IP is divided into two parts. One is the TCP, next is the IP. So it is divided into two set of protocols, that is the TCP, transmission control protocol, and other is the IP, that is the internet protocol. So first of all, there is a TCP/IP, that is a transmission control protocol, that is a TCP. So this deals with the packet over the network. The packets are small pieces of data that is meant for effective and safe communication over the internet. So whenever we deal with the packets that is used with the network. So packets are small pieces of data that is meant for effective and safe communication over the internet. So whenever I say packets, that means transmission of data, or dividing the data into multiple small chunks, that is known as packets. To send a block of data over a communication channel, the data is divided into various pieces. That is the role of the TCP. So in simple terms, the TCP role is to divide the data into multiple chunks, into multiple small parts. That is known as the packets. Then packets may take the long path or may take the small parts, but the main condition is that the packet must passes from each and every node that is available in the transmission. Suppose whenever the data is transmitted, there are four computers that is lying down between the transmission. So the packet must pass from each and every node. That is the responsibility of the TCP to take care of that which route has to decide. So TCP also decides the route, so that each and every node must be considered, or each and every node must be captured out or must be taken care of while route the data, or while route the packet, send the packet from the sender to the receiver. So that is the role of the TCP. Then internet protocol. It, its major role is to deal with the address of the computers. IP main role is to provide the address to the packet. Suppose I want to send to the address of the computer D. So it's a responsibility of the IP, that is the internet protocol, to send the, or to insert the address of the packet into the uh, to insert the address of the computer into the packet. So internet protocol inserts the address of the computer to which the data is to be sent. The IP decides the address of the computer to be labeled on the packet. So it decides the label also, or address of the computer also, that is labeled on the packet. This also allows various computers or intermediate nodes to read the address of the destination computer and route the packet to the destination node. So this also allows the computers and intermediate nodes to read the address of the destination computer and route the data to the or packet to the destination node. Then the next one is HTTP, that is also advanced concept of the internet, that is HTTP, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. As I said also in URL, whenever we study the URL, that is a uniform resource locator, there is a protocol that is generally used for navigation that is known as the HTTP, that is a Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This says a web page is transferred on a user's computer via HTTP. So whenever a web page is transferred to the user's computer, so whenever a web page is transferred to the computer that is of user, that is done via Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP is the method through which hypertext files such as web pages are transferred over the internet. So whenever I want to transfer the file, so whenever I want to transfer the files or over the pages, over the files, over the text pages, so we use the HTTP. So HTTP is a method through which the hypertext files such as web pages are transferred over the internet. Full stop. HTTP is a client server based internet protocol. So HTTP is based on the client server. That is, the client sends a request to the server and server in turn provides the services to the client. So that is a client server based internet protocol. So HTTP is a client server based internet protocol. Web pages generally resides on the HTTP server. So whenever we use the web pages, they are generally resides on the HTTP server. A user requests a web page from an HTTP server through his or her web browser client software. So whenever a user requests a web page, he or she or a web user search for the HTTP or search from the HTTP through which his or her web browser client software, either by clicking on the hypertext link or designating a particular URL. That is, HTTP is based on the client server. Client, that is a user, approaches to the server. That is a client approaches to the server, and server in turn provides the services to the client. The browser software interprets the HTML code and presents the information contained in the web page in a readable format on the user's computer. That is, the browser interpret the HTML code. So there is a concept, there is a term that is known as the web browser that also interprets the HTML code that is given in HTML and presents the information that contained in the web page in a readable format on the user's computer. So HTTP role is to generally transfer the web pages from one user to another user. So whenever a web page is transferred to the user's computer, that is known as HTTP, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So it is a method through which hypertext files such as web pages are transferred over the internet. HTTP is a client server based internet protocol. Then next one is FTP, that is a file transfer protocol. So it is a part of the TCP/IP protocol suite. That is, FTP is a part of TCP/IP protocol suite. It is a protocol or set of rules which enables files to be transferred between computers. So FTP is nothing but also a part of the TCP/IP protocol suite. So it is the protocol or the rules that enables files to be transferred between computers. So whenever we want to transfer the file between computers, suppose I am sending the file with the use of the email, that is I am attaching the file with the email that is done by the FTP. So it is a protocol or set of rules that enables files to be transferred between computers. FTP works on the client server principle. In the same way like HTTP, FTP also works on the concept of client server principle. There is a client, there is a server. Client requests for the services to the server and server in turn provides the services to the client. So one is requesting the services, that is known as client, that is also a user computer, and server provides the services, that is also a user computer. A client program enables a user to interact with the server in order to access information and services on the server computer. So whenever I say client program, that enables the user to interact with the server in order to access information and services on the user's computer, on the server computer. Files that can be transferred are stored on the computers known as FTP server. So files that can be transferred are stored on the computers, that is known as the FTP server. So there is a FTP client, there is a FTP server. So files are transferred, or whatever the file that can be transferred between the computers are stored on the server, that is known as the FTP server. To access these files, an FTP client program is used. As I said, it is based on the client server. Client requests the services and server provides the services. So whenever I want to access the information that is given by or that is provided by the FTP client, and whenever I want to give any information or transfer any information on the computer, that is transfer the file that is stored on the FTP server. So everything that is stored, or that is files are stored at a location that is known as FTP server, and if I want to access that files that is stored in the FTP server, then FTP client program is used. This is an interface that allows the users to locate the files to be transferred and initiate the transfer process. So this is nothing but the interface that allows the user to locate the files that is to be transferred and initiate the transfer process. Anonymous FTP allows a user to access a wealth of publicly available information. So whenever I say anonymous FTP, that also allows the user to access a wealth of publicly available information. No special account or password is needed. That is, there is no special account that is required or password is needed. There are a variety of files that are publicly available through anonymous FTP. That is, there is a one concept that is known as the anonymous FTP that allows a user to access a wealth of publicly available information. So suppose I want to access any information that is publicly information, that is a public information that is provided by the anonymous FTP. No special account or password is needed. There are a wide variety of files that are publicly available through anonymous FTP. They are, so what are the files that is available with the anonymous FTP? They are shareware. So that is a software that you can use free for a trial basis, but then pay a fee for the licensed version. That is a shareware. So this is a software that you can use free on a trial basis, but then pay for a fee, or then pay a fee for the licensed version. Then freeware, that is completely free software. For example, phones, clip art, games. That is also a freeware. That is also a part of the FTP. That is also a part of the anonymous FTP. That is a freeware. Then upgrades and patches. That is upgrades to amend the software. So we generally, or we always upgrade the software, so that to upgrade everything and fixes the problem that is available with the software, either free or against the charges. Either we can update the software in a free mode, or either we can update the software in a charge mode, that is a monthly charge, yearly charge, or anything. Then the next concept, or the next file that is stored, that is a documents. Example includes the research paper, articles, and internet document. That is, a document also includes the research papers. If there is any digital certificate, that is also a file, that is also a document. If there is any digital signature that is carried on a paper, that is also a document. So this examples, or this includes the example that includes the research papers, articles, and internet documentation. Then next paragraph says files on FTP servers are often compressed. That is, whatever the files that is given on the FTP server are often compressed. Compression decreases the file size. So whatever the files we are storing on the FTP server are often compressed. That is, if they are compressed, that decreases the file size and also enables the more file to be stored on the server. Compression means reducing the size of the file. So this decreases the file size and also enables the more files to be stored on the server. Because the file size is reduced, so there is more option to store the data more and more. So this is also advantage for storing the data. First of all, it decreases the file size and enables the other files to also be stored in the server and make file transfer time shorter, because the files is too short, so it takes the less time to transmit the data from one sender to other, from sender to the receiver. In order to use a compressed file, the user needs to decompress it using appropriate software. So whenever I want to use a compressed file, that will be used by using the decompression software, by using the decompression software that is available with the appropriate software. It is a good idea to have current virus checking software on the computer before files are transferred on it. So it is a good idea to have current virus checking software that is available on the computer before files are transferred on it. Then next point says WS-FTP32LE is a very popular and top rated FTP program from John Junert. That is, this is WS-FTP32. This is the file transfer server. This is a FTP server that is a top rated and very popular FTP program from John Junert. It is given away free to certain non-commercial users. So it is given away free, or it is given away free to contain the certain non-commercial user that is available with the FTP. Then next part is SMTP, that is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. This is a protocol that is used for transferring the mail. So whenever I want to transfer a mail, that is provided by the protocol that is known as the FTP. That is provided by the SMTP. That is a this protocol is used for delivery of email. So this protocol is used for the delivery of email. That is, when an email is to be sent, then the mail transfer program contacts the remote machine and forms a TCP connection over which to email is transferred. So whenever an email is sent, whenever we send the email, then the mail transfer program, that is transferring the program mail transfer, contacts the remote machine and forms a TCP connection over which to email is transferred. So SMTP is a protocol that is used for sending the emails. So whenever I am sending an email, or whenever a user sends an email to another person over the network, that is provided by the SMTP. Once the connection is established, then SMTP identifies the sender itself. So once the connection is established, it is also provided by the sender, it is also provided by the user. And specifies the recipient of mail and then transfers the email message. Other features included in the SMTP are that it allows the sender to ask whether the mailbox to which the mail is directed. So other features that is included in the FTP are that, what are the features? It allows the sender to ask whether the mailbox to which the mail is directed does exist on the remote computer or not. So whatever the mailbox that is sending the mail out, that is available with the, or that is directed with the remote computer or not. It also enables the sender to keep a copy of the mail until it is removed or deleted. So it also enables the sender to take out the copy or to keep a copy of the mail until it is removed or deleted. Then next is post office protocol, that is a POP. That is this says if you are accessing the internet using a PC or Macintosh. These are the software that is available either PC or Macintosh. There are different several ways that you can read and send the email. So if I'm using the PC or Macintosh, so there are different software that is available for sending or reading and sending the emails. One of the most popular application uses post office protocol. So one of the most popular applications is using the post office protocol. In a nutshell, the POP system allows your personal workstation to get its email from a big computer. So in a nutshell that is given, the POP system also allows your personal workstation to get its email from a big computer that serves a post office delivering the mail when you ask for it. That is a POP is used, that is a post office protocol is used for delivering the message, for delivering the mail when you ask for it. This also eliminates the need for your computer to be on all the time, constantly available to receive the email. Then in order to use a POP based email application, you need internet access. So whenever we use or whenever we want to use a POP based email application, the main condition is that you need an internet service or you need an internet access, that is via dial-up or full-time connectivity. And a POP mail account on a post office computer asks your internet provider. So first of all, in order to get the POP email application, you need the or you will need internet access. So whenever we use the POP based email application, the first criteria is that must be a good bandwidth of the internet. So that is the internet access, that is either using the dial-up or full-time connectivity. That is a dedicated line is required, that is a dial-up connection, and a POP mail account on a post office computer. That is a POP mail account is also available on the mail computer, that is using the internet provider. All of these applications provide intuitive editors. That is, all of these applications that is using also provides the intuitive editors. That is a post office protocol. That is a POP. Then next is PPP. That is a point-to-point protocol. So this is the next protocol that is used. This is used when the internet is accessed using a telephone line. So POP is used whenever I want to send a protocol or whenever we use the to send and receive the email, we use the POP protocol, right? The next is PPP, that is point to point protocol. That is a point to point protocol. This is used when the internet is accessed using a telephone line. So whenever I want to use the internet via a modem, so we use a protocol that is known as PPP, that is point to point protocol. So this is used when the internet is accessed using a telephone line. Normally in India, the server of the internet service provider is accessed from the home or office through the telephone lines. So normally or generally in India, the server of the ISP, that is the server of the internet service provider, is accessed from the home. That is the server is used with the ISP or server of the ISP is accessed. So whenever I want to access the server of the ISP, it is accessed from the home or office through the telephone line. So whenever I want to connect the internet via modem, via telephone lines, that is usage of the telephone line but with the help of the modem, then we use a protocol that is known as the PPP, that is point to point protocol. PPP is a set of rules which specify how the data will be communicated over telephone lines. So PPP is the set of rules that specify how the data will be communicated over telephone lines from your computer when the connection with your ISP has been established. So these are the various rules and regulations that will be used, that will be communicated over the telephone line from the computer when the connection with your ISP has been established. This protocol is used in conjunction with the serial line internet protocol. So this protocol is used in conjunction or in usage with the SLIP, that is the serial line internet protocol. This protocol is used when the communication is done over a serial transmission line. So whenever we use the protocol, or this protocol is used whenever I want to communicate, or whenever a communication is done over a serial transmission line. So whenever a transmission is done with a slip, whenever transmission is used over a serial line like the telephone lines. The protocol also allows the user to use GUI based web browsers. So the protocol or this PPP protocol also allows the user to use GUI based web browsers like Netscape and MS Internet Explorer. ISP uses the PPP and SLIP accounts to enable users to view graphics on the internet. That is, the internet service provider also uses the PPP and the SLIP accounts to enable users to use the graphics. So this also provides the facility. PPP and the SLIP also provide the facility to use the graphics or to handle the view of the graphics over the internet. These accounts again assign an IP address to your computer when a connection is established. So these accounts, that is the accounts of the server, also enables or also assigns an IP address to the computer when a connection is established. So this is the PPP and the SLIP protocol. Next is a telnet that I will discuss after a break. So let's take a break right now, then move to the next protocol, that is a telnet. So let's take a break right now. So now come back from the break. Let's start the session again. So till break we have discussed about telnet, what is a telnet, how it will be used. No, telnet we have not discussed. We have discussed only the PPP, that is a point-to-point protocol. Now the next part is telnet. As the name advised, telnet, that is a telecommunication network. The full form is telecommunication network. So it is a protocol or set of rules. As I said, what is a protocol? It is a set of rules that enables one computer to connect to another computer. So it is a protocol, it is a set of rules and regulations that enables or that makes or that uses or that enables one computer to connect to another computer. So this enables that how one computer is connected to another computer. So whenever I want to connect two multiple computers or two computers, that is known as the telnet. So this enables one computer to connect to another computer. This process is referred as the remote login. So whenever I say remote login, so this means connection of computer into a multiple parts. That is a remote login, right? So this process is known as the remote login. So it is a protocol or set of rules that enables one computer to connect to another computer. So whenever one computer is connected to another computer, that is known as the telnet. This is referred as the remote login. The user's computer which initiates the current connect icon is referred as the local computer. So the user's computer which initiates the connect icon, so which takes the initiation of the connecting, that is, suppose I am connecting my computer to the remote host, so I am the local computer or I am the client, and the machine being connected to, so the machine which I am approaching to connect, that is known or which accepts the connection is known as the remote or host computer. So remote login is the process whenever I want to access any machine that is very too far, that is known as the telnet. So the if I am the machine that is available at the local stage and one machine is available at the different country, for example, my machine that is available at my local place, that is known as the local computer or the simply a computer or client, and the machine to which I am connected to, that is for which the connection is maintained or to which the connection is taken place. So the machine being connected to which accepts the connection is known as the remote or host computer. So there are two types of computer. One is the local computer, one is the remote computer. Local computer are simply a computer that is available locally, that is local to the user, and the remote computer that is very too far, that is the host computer that is connected with the internet that I am approaching to, right? This is Once connected, the user's computer and illuminates the remote computer. So once they are connected, then the user computer, that is a local computer, emulates the remote computer. When the user types in commands, so whenever a user types the commands, they are executed on the remote computer. That is, for example, if I am talking about this one, I am using my computer, right, and you are accessing my computer. So this my computer, this is the best example, listen carefully. I'm using here my laptop. I'm giving my screen, and I share my screen with you, and you are able to get the screen at your place. So my computer is known as the local computer, and your computer is known as the remote computer. Best example. I'm doing something, you are able to understand something. If I'm rotating the mouse, you will be able to see the mouse in rotation. So my computer is known as the local computer, and your computer is known as the remote computer, right? So this is once connected. So once we are connected with the software that is known as the GoToMeeting software, we are executing or we are using the multiple commands. So when the user types in commands, they are executed on a remote computer. The user's monitor displays what is taking place on the remote computer during the telnet session. So my screen, my monitor is displayed to you. So that is a local and the remote computers. So the user computer displays what is taking place on the remote computer during the telnet session. So that is a telnet. Then next is gopher, that is the next protocol. So this is a protocol that is designed to search, retrieve and display documents from remote sites on the internet. So gopher is a protocol that is designed to search, retrieve and display documents from the remote host sites on the internet. So this is a protocol that is designed to search, retrieve and display the documents from the remote sites on the internet. It accomplishes the client-server model of users running client software on their local machines. So Gopher also uses the client-server approach. That is, there is a client, there is a server. Client simply retrieve or give the information or simply access or give the resources or applied for the resources, applied for the document that is to be searched for. And the server provides the services document that is available for the remote sites. So Gopher is a protocol that is designed to search, retrieve and display documents from remote sites on the internet. It accomplishes that this using the or this Gopher is done by retrieving and by searching the documents using the client server model of users running client software on their local machines. That provides an interface that interact with the remote servers or computers that have information of their interest. In addition to document display and document retrieval, so in addition to the document retrieval or document display, so in addition to the document that is retrieved or in addition to the document that is displayed, it is possible to initiate online connections with other systems via Gopher. So in order to or in addition to the document display and retrieval, there is also a facility that is provided by the Gopher that is used to make the online connection. So whenever I want to initiate an online connection with the systems, with other systems, that is also done via the Gopher. Information accessible via Gopher is stored on many computers. So whenever I stored an information or whenever information is accessible via Gopher, it's stored on many computers all over the internet. So whatever the information that we require, that we access using the Gopher, it's stored not only on one computer, but it is stored on many computers all over the internet. These computers are known as Gopher servers. So whatever wherever the information is stored about the document display, about the online connections that is displayed or that is used, or that computers are known as the Gopher servers. So Gopher servers are nothing but the computers that uses the Gopher services. Then next point says user interact with the Gopher via hierarchy of menus. That is, user interact with the Gopher via hierarchy of menus and can use full text searching capabilities of Gopher to identify desired documents. So users interact with the Gopher. So this paragraph says how a user interact with the Gopher. So why use a Gopher is very useful, or what is the interaction facility that is provided within the Gopher. So this says users interact with the Gopher via hierarchy of menus and can use full text searching capability of Gopher to identify desired document. So whenever I want to search anything, whenever I want to use anything, so user can use the Gopher, or user can interact with the Gopher via hierarchy of menus and can use full text searching capabilities of Gopher to identify desired documents. Then next line says, once an appropriate item is selected. So once an appropriate item is selected in the Gopher, Gopher retrieve it from wherever on the network it resides and display it. So this is also shows how the user, or how the Gopher works for a user. So first of all, it displayed in a full screen, or it displayed with the hierarchy of menus to identify the desired documents. And once the appropriate item is selected, so first of all select the appropriate item, and once the appropriate item is selected, Gopher retrieve it, that is Gopher access that item and displayed on the internet, and display it on the user's computer on the internet, whether it may be a text files, whether it may be a graphics files, image file, any file, but it is displayed with the help of the network, with the help of a computer. The users may feel as if all the information available to Gopher resides on their local computer. So users feel that, or whatever the content will be displayed, user does not feel that it is displayed with the help of another computer. No, but it is used, or user feels that all the information is available to the Gopher that is reside on their local computer. When in fact Gopher is interacting with a large number of independently owned and operated computers around the world. Gopher client software exists for most computer platforms. That is, the Gopher client software is available or exists for most of the computer platforms. So Gopher is available with the PC, Macintosh, with any operating system, with any application software, with any system software, with any version of the various software. That is, it is available with the PC, it is available with the Windows, Macintosh, and any type of software, any type of application, any type of operating system it is using. So Gopher is available at all the times, right? Then the next concept of internet is Archie. So this says there are thousands of anonymous FTP servers around the world, offering more files than you can imagine. So there are thousands of anonymous FTP servers, or there are thousands of FTP server files that is available around the world. So that is available around the world, that offers more files than you can imagine. There is Archie that contains some more files that you can imagine. The role of Archie is to make the whole system manageable by helping you find what you need. So there are so many files that is available with the FTP server. So Archie is a technique, or Archie is a tool that is used to search out the specific files, or that is used to manage the specific documents, manage the various systems, manage the various files in a systematic way, so that you can find anything whatever you need. There are a number of Archie servers around the net. That is, there are so many Archie servers that is available around the net, each of which consists a database of most of the files that are publicly available via anonymous FTP. So there are a number of Archie servers that is available around the net, each of which consists a database of most of the files that are publicly available via anonymous FTP. Suppose you want a particular file. This is an example. Suppose you want a particular file, for example, a program, but you don't know which anonymous FTP server has the file. So suppose you want a file, but you don't know the which file you need. So that is also provided by the Archie. So you can use the Archie client. So this is the client that is available at the local computer. So you can use an Archie client to convert an Archie server, or to connect to an Archie server. You can also have your client as the server. So client, that is the Archie client, also as the Archie server, to which file, or for searching of the file by giving the file name, by giving the file extension, by giving the file capabilities, that you have the same name as the program they you want. So whenever I want to search anything over the internet with the use of anonymous FTP servers, or with the use of FTP server that is provided by the protocol that is known as the Archie. So you can have your client as the server to search for a files that have a same name as the program you want. That is the Archie. Then next paragraph says, after a short wait, the server will send back a list of addresses of some of the internet sites that have files with that name. So after a short wait, the server will also send back a list of addresses of some of the internet sites. That is, after a break, after a short wait, the server also sends back a list of addresses. That is also a capability of the Archie server to send out or send back the list of addresses of some of the internet sites that have files with that names. Once you know where to look, it is a simple matter to use FTP to download the files. So once you know where you look on, or where it look, or where it arrives, it is a simple matter to use FTP to download the file. The term Archie was chosen to express the idea of Archie server. So this concept, that is the Archie, was chosen to express the idea of the Archie server. That is also Archie. Then next part is Veronica or Veronica and Jugad. So this is like the web, Gopher space is a large. That is like the web. What is web? If I am asking something, what is a web, or what is www? That is the World Wide Web. The web is not a small thing. Web is a large thing. So like the web, Gopher space is a large and full of menu items. So like a web page, Gopher contains so many items, or Gopher is a very large and full of menu items that you could never or ever find out on your town. That is, it is a full of menus that you can ever find out on your own. To help you find things in Gopher space, you can use Veronica, that is a tool that keeps track of enormous number of Gopher menu items from all over the net. So whenever I want to find out anything in Gopher space, you can also use the Veronica. So this Veronica is also a tool that is used with the Gopher, that is used to find out the number of Gopher menu items all over the net. You can use Veronica to perform a search and look for all of the menu items in Gopher space containing certain keywords. So you can use Veronica to perform a search, or to perform a gap and look for all the items in a Gopher space containing certain keywords. A related tools, that is Jugate, does the same thing. That is a related tool that is also available, also performs the same thing, that is known as Jugate, for a specific group of Gopher menus. So it is also used with a specific group of Gopher menus, say, and all the menus at a particular university. So it is also available or it is also available for a specific group of Gopher items, menus, and all the menus at their particular university, or at a particular university. After Veronica or Jugate finishes searching, so after the work of the Veronica or Jugate finishes, you will be presented with the new menu containing the names of whatever items were found or were find out. So after Veronica or Jugate finishing the searching or finishes the searching, you will be presenting with the new menu. So you will be asking with the new menu that contains the name of whatever items were found to access one of these items. So whenever I want, or whenever there is a accessing of the item that is available, all you need to do, select it, and your Gopher client will connect you to the appropriate Gopher server automatically. So whenever we say is a Gopher client, That means connecting you to an appropriate Gopher server automatically. The result of a typical Veronica search will be items from around the net. That is the result that is given of a typical Veronica search will be items that is from around the net. That is the result is available of the Veronica, that is available with the Jugad, that is also the items that is available all over the net. That is not an item that is available within the some space. No, this is the item that is available all over the net. But you don't, but you won't need to know any of the details. Your client will take care of everything for you. That is, you don't want to need know any of the details about the items, but your client will take care of everything for you. Then the next part is WAIS, that is a wide area information service. That is also a advanced concept of the internet, that is WAIS. So it is an internet search tool that is based on certain protocol. So it is also a tool that is based on certain protocol, that is also based on a protocol that is contains rules and regulation, and it works on the client server principle. That is where WAIS, that is ways is also or also works on the client server principle or client server approach. A WAIS client program enables the user computer to connect a WAIS server. That is, a WAIS client program also enables a user computer to contact a WAIS server. So a WAIS client is a program or it is a tool that is used to connect to the WAIS server, submit a search copy and receive a response to that query. So first of all, it enables the users to connect a WAIS server, then submit a search query and then receive a response to that query. So a WAIS is nothing but a search engine or a search tool that is used to find out the information on the basis of the protocol, or that have a certain protocol rules and regulation for searching the criterias. And it also works on the client server approach. There is a client, there is a server. Client approaches to the server and server provides the services to the client. A WIS client program enables a user computer to contact a WIS server. WIS has a capability of simultaneously searching more than one databases. That is, WIS has the capability as the authority of simultaneously searching more than one database. After the search phrase has been typed into the client interface. This is the working of the WAIS, that is a wide area, as the name advises, wide area information system. That is at the or from the wide area, from the geographical boundary, the information will be searched. That is a wide area information service. So WIS has the capability of simultaneously searching more than one database. After the search phase has been typed into the client interface, that is after the search or after we search the things that is typed into the client interface, the user can then choose which database should be used to complete the search. That is, the user can choose or user can get out or can think out which database should be used to complete the search depending on the WAIS client software being used. So whatever the client software we are using, so it depends on the WAIS client software being used. This may be a matter of using a mouse to select database names displayed on a screen, or of typing in the database names using the keyboard or using the keyboard. Yes, it is very important to know that WAIS indirectly searching the searches the database. So whenever we use the WAIS, so it is indirectly search the database, or it indirectly searches the database. The database itself is not being searched for the requested search phase. That is, the database itself is not being searched for the requested search phase. That is, the database is not or itself is not being searched for the search phase. Rather, an index for the database is searched. That is, rather we can use the index for the database that is being searched. This index or the index is created by the people and contain that is also provided by the user. So this is also once the user has a capability to use, so that is also provided or that is also created by the people and contain all whatever the need or whatever the number of words or item that is contained in the databases. So the user also have a facility or user also have a capability to use the databases or to search the contents in the database so that it will be executed in the terms of the words that is contained in the databases. Once the search has been executed, so once we have searched the things, all the items that contains the words appearing in the search phase will be returned to the users. So once we have searched something or once the execution or the searching part is over, that has been executed, all the item that is containing the words, so every item that is containing the words appearing in the search phase will be returned to the users. So once we have searched something, once the execution is over, so the new concept is also returns all the items that have containing the search items will have the second phase that is returned to the user, provided that the words in the search phase appear in the indexes of the selected databases. So provided that the word is also appears or word appears in the indexes of the selected databases. Then next concept is internet tool. I'm not going to start right now, but I want to ask some questions from you so that I understand you are able to understand or not. Right. So let's take a question answers discussion. First of all, find out the question answers. These are the question answers. Can anyone tell me what is a protocol? First of all, my question is what is a protocol? Anyone can answer what is a protocol? Because I'm doing something, so I want a feedback also, I want a output also basically. So can anyone tell me what is a protocol? Hello, yeah, there is no response from anyone. What is a protocol? My question is what is a protocol? Yeah, everyone, are you able to hear me? Okay. Yeah. Yes, Joseph, tell me what is a protocol? Yeah, Joseph, tell me what is a protocol? It is a language. It is not a language. It is a rules and regulation that we follow while communicating from one sender to another sender. It is a language, I agree, but it also contains the protocol. It also contains the rules regulation to follow on the internet. All right. My next question is, explain any type of protocols. That is any two type of protocols. Anyone, one by one. Any Joseph, Larry, Nelda. Anyone can tell me what is a first of all what is a protocol is discussed. Then can you anyone tell me the name of the protocol? Any one protocol. Any one protocol, any type, anything. And IP protocol. So this is a suite that is a TCP/IP, that is transmission control protocol and internet protocol. And their usage is TCP decides the route, that is from which path the data will be transmitted from sender to the receiver. and the IP denotes or IP identifies the address of the destination, the address of the receiver. So TCP decides the routes and IP provides the address to in the packet, right? Yeah, Larry, correct. TCP IP. Any other protocol? Any other? This says discuss or define various types of protocol in communication. So one protocol we have covered, that is TCP IP. I agree. That contains two protocols, TCP IP and the IP. Yeah, PPP is also correct, Larry. That is point to point protocol, or yeah, point to point protocol that is used for the serial communication, that is used for the line to line communication. Any other protocol, Joseph, Larry, Nelda, any other protocol? Pardon, Nelda? Yeah, SMTP. Yeah, good. This is simple mail transfer protocol. And the Larry answer is HTTP. Yeah, that is also correct. That is hypertext transfer protocol. Right. So the same, what is TCP IP and discuss is transport layer. What is HTTP? This layer we will study in the later part of the chapter. This chapter, that is chapter number 4 only. Then what is HTTP? That is a hypertext transfer protocol. This is a protocol that is used to link different web pages, or that is used to navigate from one web page to another web page. So suppose I want to move from or transfer from one page to another page, that is also used with the help of HTTP. Yeah, FTP is also correct, Larry. That is a file transfer protocol. These are the various protocols that is used. Gopher, VAIS, PPP, TCP/IP. Right. So good, everyone. Good. I really like this one. That yeah, everyone is listening carefully. So I'm very happy with you. So I think we have to finish right now, because this is 5:47 as per IST. Sorry. So this is the next topic, that is internet tools, that I will start in the next class. So right now, if there is any doubt, you can ask the doubt with the help of chat. You can ask the doubts directly to me. There is no issue. So that's all for today's session. If there is any query, any type of query, that may be a silly query, that may be a major query, any query you can ask from me. So that's all. In the tomorrow's class, we will discuss the next topic, that is internet tools. So thanks a lot everyone for listening me. Bye bye everyone. Yes. Yeah, tell me, Joseph. Yeah, hello Joseph, tell me. Pardon? Assessment. Okay, in May 2015. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In next month, that is in April. Next month. Okay. Okay. Any other questions, anyone? So thanks a lot everyone. Bye bye.